Hello and welcome back. Today we are continuing our Liu Bei run in Romance of the Three Kingdoms XIII. We have reached the state of tripedal balance where we control the Ba Shu region in the southwest, and in kind of the central south we control Jing. Sun Quan, our ally, controls the south over here, and we are ready to push forth against Cao Cao. I think a strategy we're going to try and take once we get a little bit of more commands to send people out, is we are going to try and send gifts to Hanzhong, Ying, Ren, and Hanzhong. The reason for this is we are hoping that we can ask Zhang Lu, who is occupied here, to surrender without a fight to our force, and in doing so, maybe allow ourselves to push north. Normally, he fought against Cao Cao and lost, but was allowed to live for having not burned Cao Cao's storehouses, surrendered, and became guardian of the south. This was where he was historically, and so we are hoping to get him to surrender without a fight while we're still building up our power. If we take a look at some of the cities, you could take a look at the commerce, farming, and culture, and a lot of our cities are newly acquired down here, and they're still in the first tier. They're not very well built up. They aren't going to be able to contribute too much. So while we do have 13 cities, we kind of only have half that in terms of cities that are decently powered relative to kind of what's going on. And Cao Cao is kind of pushing ahead pretty quickly too. We have to keep in mind he has nearly triple the amount of cities. And so we got to try and pick spots and make sure that we're fighting a lot with our own army and our private retinue out of Jiangling. So this is going to be our main base of operations for now. We're probably going to move a good chunk of really strong officers over to Jitong and Shangdu, though, in order to have our left kind of flank controlled a little bit better if we can. Diplomacy has failed, so we will try this the old way to take out Zhang Lu. We want to be the one to take him out because we want to pick up his officers, and we are marching out from here. We don't have to worry about Cao Cao just yet because this is an independent city up north of us, so we only have the contact with Hanzhong, and we want to acquire the city before then. We'll probably put Wu Yi, who's marching out from here, into the city as governor once we get it, but these guys should be more than capable of resolving that on their own without our intervention. Zhang Lu's forces have come out to meet us, but they're not much of a match for us. We've been kind of cranking through them at a very decent clip here. We of course get a little bit of an event here, asking us how to play a little bit of chess. We're going to take our time. This is one of the events that we've been talking about that is the result of our prestige, which is Xiaoli the Benevolent, which gives us opportunities to earn some experience, and we get some leadership experience here. But we are pushing through here, and their forces are almost completely spent. We'll just do a little bit of stuff. Okay, sure, why not? We are just do some maintenance stuff, patrolling around and convincing people to join us. That'll be good. And it's looking like Wu Yu's forces are almost exhausted. Zhang Fei's still got plenty in the tank, though, and they've got basically nothing left, and they have very, very little. We'll attend a banquet. We are currently in there under the assumption that we are going to... No, we're not going to construct a stronghold. We also have been running around seizing these areas. We'll have this force disperse and head back, but we are about to push through, and the reason we have come here ourselves to Hanzhong is we want to be able to recruit up all these officers pretty quickly, and so this is going to help us out. Really slowly through this Yanping gate, but they're not going to recover fast enough. Hopefully Cao Cao doesn't march on them. They're not going to recover fast enough to be able to withstand these forces or recover enough troops, and so it's just going to be token resistance, and we should have Hanzhong soon. Well, so much for waiting in Hanzhong. Cao Cao is marching south to Jiangling with 150,000, which is fine by us. We'd rather him attack us here than attacking us over here because we can control the battles in the center, and so we'll just book it back to Jiangling in order to make sure that we can defend. Alright, so we have set out to defend this key point, Changban, just ahead of Jiangling. They have to march through it so we can guarantee a bit of a battle off the city in this way. We are sending 50,000 troops from our main capital or HQ, and with it reinforcing, we have, I think, more than enough to be able to repel them. We have coming from the south an additional 40, 50, 60,000 troops, and then coming from the west over here, we have an additional 41,000, so we almost have enough troops as them, and we will be controlling the battle, so feel in pretty good, confident shape about this, and we will deploy and be off and on our way. And so we will just get ready to, we will repair the stronghold, we will start repairing, and at the same time, we are still pushing on Hanzhong over there in the northwest. And the enemy is on the move here. We'll slow it down a little bit, but they are sending what looks like the first wave, maybe not everyone. Our formation is perfect. That's right, all men. Time to show the enemy our true power. So we will fight this battle. We have 70,000 there currently, and they have 120,000. It is a battle in the middle of the territory, and so we will have also a different looking battle because we're not fighting out at the same place again. We'll have Zhuge Liang be the strategist, and this is a little bit of yikes because they have all gold troops right now. That was not what we were expecting. We could not afford all gold troops, and so this is a bit of an uncomfortable situation for us. We will come up with another plan, but we are a little bit scared of this, scared of all this. I think we're going to use a protection tactic right here, if we can. I think that, speedy movement tactic, major music tactic, morale. Why don't we get AoE recovery over here, and that's going to be our two tactics. We're going to position our units. We only have a couple of options, so I think that we are going to try and set up where, let's put the cavalry over. Let's put the cavalry over a little bit. Let's put these guys over a little bit as well, and have this be our current setup on the force, and confirm. We are going to look to, at the start of the battle, at the outset, we're going to look to maneuver down this way with Liu Bei and Zhuge Liang. We're going to come down there as well with them. These guys will head this way. We'll head kind of this way, hedging our bets, and we will head this way. And just kind of see how exactly they are behaving at the start of the battle here. We're expecting reinforcements from both sides. But we just want to make sure that we kind of secure ourselves a decent position. They do have... That's not going to be... Okay, they use a tactic. And our reinforcements start to arrive. And their reinforcements will arrive in pretty quick order as well. Ma Dai and Shen Dao here, though, is more than enough to maintain the main base. So we'll just come down here. And then we will come and bring these guys down as well to just kind of occupy the center. We will be able to use our tactic here, our protection tactic, once the battle begins, or once the battle is met. And so we will come down. They will be getting lots of reinforcements as well. We're going to move down to here and look to cover that area. If they want to, we'll send Ma Dai over to cover the bridge and kind of see what exactly is happening. Oh my god, he didn't move into the thing. Oh, he's in trouble, but... Yeah, the cavalry is quite fast with these ones. Here, we're gonna move these guys on over to come into there. And they have very strong units, by the way. You'll see here, high 100s, high 200s, 100s. We're in rough shape, 100s. Ugh, yikes. Ma Dai maybe is not going to... Let's maybe retreat back there. And he's gonna come... We're gonna try and bring him over here. We do have Liu Bei. Liu Bei is a very strong unit, as does Guan Yu. And once I think they get into things, I think we'll be in okay shape. We'll move this guy out. And move Zhuge Liang in, because we do want the archer to be the most defensive here. And now we got ourselves a pincer over here, and we are about ready to use a maneuver. How much will Brilliant Maneuver cover? It won't cover Zhao Yun, so maybe if we can work back a little bit. Maybe we can't. We'll see a Cry of Justice, attack morale. I think we'll look to make some room for Guan Yu to get in, and then once Guan Yu's in, we're going to War God here. The effect time will be increased. Let's take a look at what else is going on. I think that we're going to look to flank here and then come here. Once these guys arrive, I think we will use the tactic that we have. I think we'll bring these guys over here. And as soon as Cao Ren's army meets us here, and we'll turn and look to face them so we don't get pincered. We conquer the gate. That's not this battle, but it is a different battle. We're in a rough shape here. But we can bring up the rear here. We are going to get a nice little chip on the bowmen of theirs. We are kind of getting surrounded, so let's try and break the surround with Ma Dai here. If they use a fire tactic, we'll be in big trouble. That is the downside of the armored troops. I think that we're going to brilliant maneuver soon here in just a second, so let's try and bring Ma Kao a little bit closer so we can make use of that. Looks like we're locked, actually. Okay, we got unlocked. Just try and secure, I think, Liu Bei's flank here with them. We still have the 1k or 10k stack back there. So, brilliant maneuver. Hopefully soon here. We have a much bigger force. It's going to apply to a lot of them. Is that enemy reinforcement or ours? Looks like it's ours. We see we have Guan Ping and Liu Feng. We'll send both of these guys out. The reason we're leaving one guy behind is because we don't have a lot of maneuverability with having so many spearmen, and they have a ton of cavalry, so it is going to leave us in a bit of a rough spot in that regard. I think we'll brilliant maneuver here. So boost everyone's morale. The morale was not super high. It puts us in a good position. Ma Dai is in a little bit of trouble, as is Huang Quan. I think we'll just look to full surround Zushu here, actually. That way we can kind of get a nice block of our forces over here. These guys, I think, will go for Cao Zhen here. Considering they're making a break for the main sort of camp, and we don't want them to be able to do that. Sima Yi is in on Huang Quan. Huang Quan is in a little bit of trouble. He's moving on Zushu. We really wish that these guys would swap places. The UI is not the best for doing that, but we do want Liu Bei and Guan Yu to swap spots. So let's see if we can make that happen. Because we want Guan Yu to be in on having the most surface area with all these guys. Alright, this is not going too well. Let's see if we can come back to the main base. I don't know how many people we can keep in the main base. We have a good amount of tactic juice here. It looks like we're doing pretty good. We're down to about 100,000 troops there, about down to 120. We might have to send someone back to help. Oops, someone used a tactic. We're in... We really wish Liu Bei would be able to swap here. I mean, we could brilliant maneuver again. It's gonna hit everyone. So let's do that. Looks like Sima Yi used a charge tactic that went through. kind of okay shape here. We gotta make sure that we don't lose the main base, though. A little bit of trouble over back here. Could use more troops. Can't War God. Hanzhong's unit's gonna be chopped up here. And is that our reinforcements or theirs? I think it's theirs. Yep. Okay. Let's look to work Madai over to being next to his brother. I think that they're trying to panic a little bit. They are pincering us here. TNU's units almost no more. Oh, this applies to everyone and gives everyone charge? Well, we don't want it to apply. We don't want Zhuge Liang to charge out, really. So we're going to use War God. And we should hopefully make good work of Zhu Shu's unit, which will help us to maneuver out. Ho Jun and Duke Z have begun a duel. I think that's actually a close duel if I remember these guys' stat lines correctly. Yeah. It's very close. This guy is in Zhuge Liang's unit, Ho Jun. So they both defend. Come on, Ho Jun, you can do it. Uh-oh. Duke Z is making short work of Ho Jun. Luckily, we already have pretty high morale. I wish we had more damaging moves. Looks like they're just trying to avoid us here. Let's try and see if we can work our way over there. And just occupy the base. You know what? Maybe we use this charge, daring charge, to break through here. We're also going to do a good amount of damage. I think Zhuge Liang will charge as well. We'll have Liu Bei and him come back. We'll hold down this. Quan Quan is not very strong anymore. We're just looking to get back inside the city here. So we're gonna queue up some movement. And then we'll send Ma Kao up along with them. We might have to make a move coming back for this, because it does look like they are pushing us. So I think we come here and I have these guys push. Leave this guy come to try and hold the town. We'll queue that up. And we'll use the tactic here to heal our troops. Let's see. Daring charge is not available. I think we want to start working our way over. Maybe we're supposed to leave Zhuge Liang behind there. Zheng Hu is of course alive this time because we did not kill him, like we did in the previous run. Daring charge, can we do this through them? The problem is, again, they have, even though we have better officers, they have much higher quality troops with all these golds. And so, that will do a lot of damage on them. Looks like we can fit both these guys in there, which is fine with us. We do need to book it back to the main base. Okay. I think we're gonna put Zhuge back here, and we're gonna ignore this guy and book it back. We should be able to hold that camp there. Here, we're gonna reroute him to just stand right next to this, so he can't get pincered like that. Ma Dai is probably not going to make this. This is looking a little bit grim for us. But to be fair, Guan Yu is our strongest unit. Guan Yu and Liu Bei are our strongest units, and we still have them pretty healthy here. We've just lost a lot of the reinforcing units. I think we're going to War God here. So there's that. I think we're in okay shape here. Holding that down. Now, did they leave the main base undefended? No. Sima Yi is defending it, so we can't just backdoor them here. They're gonna be out pretty soon here. Looks like they're sending back. They've decided they can't take that. Fair enough. So we are cleaning these guys up over here. Cry of Justice will hit everyone. And improve the morale of these failing units here. Which is, let's try and get you back into the main base if you can. Don't want to let them take the main base. We are in a little bit of trouble if we don't get some reinforcements soon. I think we have more coming in, though. Let's put both these guys on attack, so we can pincer them. Huang Quan is not going to survive much longer. It's kind of okay. I think we're gonna War God with our next chance to. Considering he's facing 3 units down right now. Yeah, the pincer's unfortunate. Get the Wee-Woos outside. I think that we're kind of okay-ish here. Ooh. That's probably net positive for us, this fire attack. I don't think we were the ones who threw it down, but that's, I think, gonna be fine for us. Oh, there are some of our reinforcements. Shamoke, Yan coming in. And so, I think that's gonna be pretty good for us. I think we're about ready to call it for our side. That's more for us as well. Yep, I think that this battle's pretty solid, pretty secured in. Wait, where's the unit? I don't think you were supposed to be leading it, my guy. But okay. We got a little bit more archers as well. They're gonna be done pretty soon. And then we'll come back and reinforce Zhuge Liang over here. So, unless we are unaware of some way more reinforcements on their side, we're going to call this a victory for our side, and we're going to be playing cleanup. Total control of the Chengjian region and an invasion of Xiangyang. This was a lifelong ambition of Sun Quan. It is essential to my ambition that we capture Cao Cao's base Hefei. With the eyes of Cao Cao turned northwest, man are they turned northwest, I would think now is the perfect time to make Hefei mine. No, we cannot let this opportunity go. I will capture this Hefei with my own hand. That's Sun Quan in battle mode. Guarding Hefei for Cao Cao's forces were Zheng Liao, Yue Jin, Li Dian, 3 officers known not to get along well. One day they received a report announcing the approach of Sun Quan's army. What is Cao Cao saying? According to the document, Zheng Liao and Li Dian are both taking the field and have ordered me to defend the castle. The castle will fall if we wait for reinforcements. We must drive them off before they surround us. Of course, I shall march with you. We cannot continue our bickering in the face of danger, in the face of this danger to our nation. Well said. Everyone's in battle mode now. Then let's take the field immediately. Do not worry, I shall defend the castle. 2 of you go and take Sun Quan's head. So we see ourselves a little bit of a cinematic. Sun Quan personally stood at the head of a large force to capture Hefei. This is Zheng Liao's famous defense. We have overwhelming numbers because they're all attacking Shu. We shall surround and crush them. We're under attack. Oh no. What? They've come out to attack? It's Zheng Liao. Zheng Liao leads them. Charging through. I have no time for worthless scum. Out of my way if you don't want to die. That's probably most people, to be honest. Master Sun Quan, come and face me. I, Zhang Liao, call for your head. With this, in this battle, he repelled. Look at him. What are we to do now? He repelled Sun Quan's massive army with basically a skeleton crew. He must not succeed. That's Ling Tong. I will hold him while you escape, my lord. Forgive me, Ling Tong. I leave my fate in your hands. Running away, but you have this huge army. Come on, my guy. What are you trying to do? Ling Tong fights hard to stop the charge, but is forced into flight by Zhang Liao's fierce attack. I think it was 300 troops, but maybe I'm just cross-referencing it with 300. Still, he had brought enough time for Sun Quan to flee the battlefield and save himself. From this battle, the name of Zhang Liao is carved deeply into the minds of the people of Wu. It is said children could be frightened into silence just by whispers of his name. Zhang Liao. ASMR time. It's ASMR video. The mighty Zhang Liao. Before his might, the vast army of Zhang Liao was broken and fled. The vast army of Sun Quan was broken and fled. Before his might, the vast army of Zhang Liao. It wasn't Zhang Liao who had a vast army, it was Sun Quan. Sun Quan also barely escaped alive. I had no idea Zhang Liao was so powerful. It is only thanks to Ling Tong I was able to escape with my life. Do not mention it. I wasn't able to even stop Zhang Liao. We must hold firm. Someday we will repay this humiliation. Yeah, exactly. While we're busy fighting the main force in the northwest. Endure and protect, that is what I'm best at. So Zhang Liao makes peace with Li Dian and Yue Jin. Zhang Liao has a major defeat over Sun Quan's army in Hefei. What is going on currently? Guan Suo matured. He's, I think, low mid-80s with war, low 70s in intelligence, something like that. Dong Yan. Okay, he's a ministry guy. Is Zhu Ran matured? She's the wife of Man Kuo, but I guess she matures alongside him. It's kind of awkward. Normally, that's just your kids. Wu Ban was the best guy. That's kind of awkward. But here's the current situation. We've regrouped our army and resent back out. We cannot join the battle because there's currently too many people occupied in the battle, but we will be able to rejoin. Again, they had more guys coming in. And it looks like they might have more guys. I don't think so, but they also set out to attack Hanzhong, which is why we needed to make some adjustments to make sure that we would be able to repel Cao Cao here. And so I think we will be able to. We have around 20,000 here. This is his only attack force. Fei Yi is coming to reinforce. We have more guys coming to reinforce in case he sends more of an attack, but to be honest, we could probably disperse these guys. I don't think they're going to be necessary, but we'll have them come all the same. We'll actually have this Mahjong come and attack Daku. He'll placate this area either way. And I think that Zhang Ran, maybe we can disperse. knowing that, well, actually, maybe we make an audible and we send him to Wudu and have him conquer that if they are not going to. Looks like that's what these guys are sent forth to do, but if they're just there to defend that, we're more than happy to conquer Wudu and put Zhang Ren in there. So it'll be a little bit of a waiting game for us to wait and to get into this battle, but I think we should be able to mince them pretty well, because I think that these guys' troops are not quite as formidable as the ones we faced the first time around, and we still will have a 30k of our own personal retinue to get in this battle. So our initial battlefield relief force was sent back, was repelled, but we have sent out another one. We now have the gold troops ourselves, which was kind of our struggle, having 224 attack, 263 defense on a couple of our guys. It's really expensive for us to field these. We can't really afford to do it too much, but this is going to allow us to repel kind of the last of the attackers here, we are hoping. And we will pull a brilliant maneuver with Zhuge Liang. And, of course, this will allow us to execute tactics. Hopefully they don't push through. We got a nice little concave here. Ma Su, of course, is the weak link, and he is, of course, getting wrecked. So we are going to move Shamoke a little bit behind Liu Bei more. Some allied reinforcements arrive. I think we're just going to bring them right up. I mean, Mi Fang is like not even worth the gold to spend on these types of things, so it's unfortunate he's in there. But I guess we'll send him to kind of help over there, and then we'll come over here with the archers. We have enough juice for a tactic, so we're going to use Cry of Justice this time. In theory, it might be better for us to select one and stick with it. We chose armored troops over higher attack troops, considering we knew we would have a lot of bowmen, and I thought that that would overall be relatively good for us, and we would be able to stick it. And it's looking like it's playing out pretty good for us. We are making mincemeat of them. Zhang Liao, we just defeated. He was not fighting Wu, he was in fact fighting us. Big Sag. When you have to double fight him, we're doing all the heavy lifting. Wu has yet to do kind of much of anything. And Cao Ren is going to be the second to last guy. I think we just war got it up here. Look to get some more damage down. Everyone's morale, except for Ma Su, is really high. We'll let Ma Su just wipe himself. Actually, we don't want Ma Su to just get randomly injured, so why don't we send him back away? Injured or killed, even. We did have Zhang Yi, one of the Zhang Yis, who's a pretty solid officer, get killed up in the battle for Hanzhong in the northwest. But now with no more troops left, he will come out to play. I think we'll just go for this. We'll look to get the protection tactic and then go for him. He might come back to defend his main base. Yeah, he's spazzing out. When there's only one unit left, they generally spaz a little bit. We'll just try and set up here so we'll be inside the AoE when he comes. And we are. And then I think we're going to use Brilliant Maneuver. And he will be made short work of here. Well, we managed to dust up the battle. Things are looking a little bit rough, though. I don't think they're sending any more in towards Jiangling, but we're gonna have a hard time, holding Hanzhong here. So while this episode we have taken Hanzhong, I'm not sure if we can, hold it. These troops certainly can, but these guys I think are set to advance. Oh, they're set to advance on Yangping Gate, so they're just trying to hold down the gate. Interesting. They are completely surrounded. But then so are we, which is kind of an awkward situation here with Hanzhong that we are left off with. But I think we're going to conclude the episode here. This episode, we did begin the northern campaign, pushing into Hanzhong. We didn't capture Wudu. That was conquered by someone else. And we've been repelling here in the center, fighting a lot of really kind of back and forthy battles. They have a lot more gold than us and a lot kind of better equipped armies. If we take a look, yeah, we will see kind of a lot of people who are, or a lot of cities that are in the Tier 2 zone, where we don't have very many cities in the Tier 2 zone, let alone like all these cities back here. So if they max out their cities, and then we get time to max out our cities, we will be able to field kind of the same number of troops, but or the same quality of troops. But right now it is a little bit of a struggle for us to make good. You can see that we have a lot of troops kind of campaigned up here. A lot of these are not within our control. The lighter blue ones are automated. And it looks like either they're going after Ba Shui. I don't know exactly. They're suppressing Ba Shui. I think with the idea of they want to take back Yangping Gate, we are going to use Ma Zhang's force, which is the one we have control over, to build in Ba Shui and try and secure a little bit of a fortress as well as a way to reinforce here. If they are done attacking us and we have a really big advantage, which is not the case, we are going to eventually look to push into Xiangyang, and then we will have connectivity between kind of the two forward places as long as we take Shenyang, which should be easy enough. And so this is kind of the plan moving forward, but we did begin our first trek north. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do the YouTube algorithm thing, and other than that, have a good day.